Yo guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. In this episode, we're going to be covering literally all the legends that are in this game. These players are like so respected in their native countries and all the players and among other fans as well. And some of these players could be retiring before the next FIFA, so it's better to do this video sooner than later. So yeah, anyway, let's just get into the video. But also guys, there are literally 32 players. There's going to be like a first team players and also substitutes and few reserves as well. So, you know, I'm just going to be briefly covering through all of them.
You'll be innocent, it's the way I live. Young boy still pushing big wins. Get money, lay low.
At first we have Buffon. I mean, this guy that make for many scores, you know, it's unbelievable. He's also my idol as well, so you know, Kaká is the man, and he was literally one of the best central attacking mids in his prime, and you know, there's no one like him. He was literally a perfect central attacking mid. He can create, he can score goals. He was literally like no one couldn't stop him in his prime, and the Ballon d'Or just literally speaks for itself. Moving on to the left winger position, we have David Villa, literally so influential in the Champions League final against Man United, but one of the best strikers to ever come out of Spain, along with Torres, the form of Valencia and Barcelona man. You know, he's not a left winger, but you know, he's 34 and he's regarded as one of the best players from Spain, and yeah, that's why he's in this list. Moving on to striker, we have Didier Drogba. He started his career late, but he's still a legend, one of the best African players ever, and he's a Chelsea legend as well. But not only that, he's respected outside football as well. You know, he's like donating to charities and all that kind of stuff, so you know, Drogba is one of the best players on and off the pitch. Moving on to the right wing, we have Francesco Totti. I mean, you know, the Roman Emperor. The Roma fans call him the El Re di Roma, meaning Roman Emperor, and he's literally stayed with his boyhood club Roma for like, what, 25 or 23 years, and he even said that he'll kick his son out if he supports Lazio. That's how much passion this guy is for his team, and yeah, he's 40 and he's still going strong. And if you guys have been watching Serie A lately, he's been getting like assists and goals like every other game, and he's still being so influential to his game. So you know, it's unbelievable how he's still playing, but you know, he's probably one of the only world-class players to still be around from the Maldini and, you know, Cafu and all them players era. When he played against Real Madrid in the Champions League last year, he got a standing ovation, and that kind of like speaks for itself. You know, Totti's been an absolute legend, and everyone's going to remember him purely for being world-class and also staying with his boyhood club Roma, even though he didn't win like Champions League and stuff with them. And moving on to substitutes, we have Casillas. You know, what can you say about Casillas? I think he started for Real Madrid when he was like 17, and he's been an absolute world-class goalkeeper. Some Madrid fans, I feel like, even forgot about him over the past couple of years, but his, you know, his legendary status can't stop because of that. You know, he's been around for ages, won the World Cup, captain of Real Madrid and Spain for a long time as well, and Casillas is one of the world-class goalkeepers in his prime. And after that, we have Cambiaso, the Argentinian centre mid. That goal he scored in the World Cup, like one of the fastest goal, and you know, the passing build-up was absolutely great. If you guys remember, you know what I'm talking about. He's been around for so long, and you know, everyone loves Cambiaso in Argentina and in Inter Milan. And after that, another centre mid is Frank Lampard. I mean, if Gerrard's in this list, how can I leave out Lampard? You know, he's another Chelsea legend, one of the best England players to ever come out as well. Just like Gerrard, literally good at everything, kind of similar as well, except Lampard scores more often than Gerrard, but you know, they're still both world-class players. After that, we have Andres Iniesta. This guy, literally, I know he's only 32 years old, but he's so good that people even forget that he's 32. I mean, he's still going strong, the captain of Barcelona at this point, and you know, they're a great player to watch over the past few years for Barcelona. So you know, Andres Iniesta is a world-class player. Next we have Nakamura. Some people might be like, who the fuck is this guy? But the Celtic fans know what I'm talking about. This guy is literally a legend for Celtic. His free kicks are unbelievable, and yeah, he's 38 years old, and Japanese people also like kind of praise him as well. So you know, he's in the list for that. Nakamura, the free kick specialist, I couldn't leave him out as well. And after that, we have Samuel Eto'o, one of the best strikers from Cameroon and Africa, again like Didier Drogba, but him in his prime playing for Barcelona with Henry and Ronaldinho, that was his time. You know, I can't leave out Eto'o, especially considering how much of a legend he's been for the past few years, and that's why he's in this list as well. Although not many people are talking about him recently, but you know, he's still around. He's 34 years old, and I don't know what team he plays for. Last time I remember, he played for Sampdoria, but you know, times have changed, boys. And another striker we have is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the best Swedish player and the best player ever to come out of Sweden, and you know, we all know about Zlatan. He's 35 or 34 now, and he's still going strong, you know, playing for Man United, still at the top level. The top scorer for Paris Saint-Germain last season, even though the French league's not the best league, but you know, you still got to score, so you know, got to give credit to Zlatan for being a key figure. And you can definitely see when he left Paris, like team doing as well as they were last season. And another player is Julio Cesar, you know, the Brazilian goalkeeper, been around for ages as well, just like every other player in this list. He possibly played his last World Cup in the 2014, and he's another player as well. Another player is Beresutski. I mean, he's probably not the best players among this list, but you know, he's definitely considered as one of the best Russian centre backs, and he's been playing for CSKA Moscow for a long time as well. So you know, a lot of people like him at Russia, and yeah, he's so experienced, and that's why he's in the list as well, guys. And another player is Maxwell. I mean, this guy, people forget that he played for Barcelona, PSG, and another top team as well. Kind of forgot, but he's literally so underrated as a left back, and he's still playing at the top level at 34 years old. He probably doesn't deserve the legendary status, but you know what I mean. He's still an experienced player that's been playing at the top level for a long time. You know, winning the Champions League and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's why he's in this list. Moving on, we have Ashley Cole. I could have played him instead of Lahm at left back, but you know, Ashley Cole, he's been a great player over the years for England and Arsenal and Chelsea, but you know, he's 35, and since he moved to Roma, you know, it's not been the best. But anyway, I couldn't leave him out, and Ashley Cole's in this list. After that, we have Dani Alves. I mean, he's 33 years old and now plays with Juve, but you know, he's been around for decades, winning Champions League like 4 or 3 times with Barcelona. He's one of the best Brazilian fullbacks to come out from Brazil, along with Cafu and a few others. Next, we have Strina, and this guy's the most capped Croatian player, and he's been respected as a player and a person in so many levels. I think he stayed with Shakhtar Donetsk like for a long time, and you know, the Croatian, I think he's the most experienced Croatian player as well, so that's why he's in this list. And also to give like a nationality distribution. Now we have Xabi Alonso, 34 years old, you know, another player that used to play with Gerrard, with Liverpool in the Champions League. You know, we all know what happened in Istanbul. Yeah, Xabi Alonso is an absolute legend, and he's still playing at the top level as well for Bayern Munich, so you know. Another player is De Rossi, you know, the next captain after Totti, so you know, De Rossi is a legend in Rome. He stayed with Roma for a long time as well, just like Totti. I mean, obviously not as long and not been so influential as Totti was, but you know, he's still their vice captain, and you know, a lot of people do respect him. After that, we have Randa Watt. This guy used to play for Real Madrid and all the other top teams, and in Netherlands, I think few people like him. He's been one of the best camps when he was in his prime, and you know, he had to be in his list. And after that, we have Endo, the Japanese player. He's the most capped Japanese player. Also, he stayed in the J League for so long, and a lot of people appreciate that, and you know, he's one of the most world-class players from Japan, and that's why he's in this list. After that, we have Gekas. People might be like, who the fuck is this guy? But he's one of Greece's most capped player, and also he's been influential over the past decade for them, and he's recently retired after the World Cup as well. After that, we have Julio Baptista. You know, he's also in this list for being a great player throughout the year, and although he's not a legend player, he's still in this list for being a great player, and I think he used to play for Real Madrid if I'm not wrong. After that, we have Cassano. I mean, this guy, a lot of people hate him for his behaviour, like what he used to do, but he's also in this list for being one of the most experienced Italian players still around in this game, so you know, Cassano is also in this list. Also, we have Ricardo Carvalho. This guy is literally the former Real Madrid and Chelsea player, one of the best Portuguese centre-backs, and I think a lot of Portuguese people like praise him as well, especially when he was in his prime. He's another player in this team. And here you can see all the reserve players and substitution and the first team, and a lot of these players are like influential over the decade, especially the first 11. Not much the reserves, but the first 11 especially, these are the legends guys in this game, and a lot of them could be retiring by the next game, you know, so it's great for them to be still around. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching if you have, and make sure to like this episode for more videos like this. Maybe I might do another series